Okay, yeah, so 3 How was 3 hours on Wednesday, 3 HOW, 3 hours on Wednesday. The first hour, people improvise, musicians, artists, painters, whatever. Second hour, for the people that come in the audience, because it was meant to be presented before people. So the second hour would be, a movie or a presentation, something planned, so that the evening isn't a total flop. If I shouldn't say flop, but it's, and I don't like the word experimental, because experimental means some vague thing where it's open-ended. It was very clear that the people that came for the first hour would present something at the end. The only question is what would be presented. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't supposed to be some avant-garde, headachy thing. It was supposed to be a presentation. So that was 3 How, and we ended up doing some shows in abandoned buildings. We did the night festival. I wrote an opera called Big Homer, which was about a pigeon in Singapore, and they did some great music. So there was Mel and different people. Bonnie Heichel, very fortunate to work with Bonnie. Fortunate to work with everyone. Mel Ananata, a guy in the Philippines who makes his own instruments and plays traditional flutes and instruments. Siva, and I don't know Siva's last name, now winning awards as a composer for Indian cinema. John, I don't remember John's last name, a character. Wilson Go, vocalist. So Amit had arranged for a studio for Amit, for himself, and a guy named Curtis King to play together. Curtis King is an American who tours Asia, plays the blues. Very, very good. He's been touring for 10, I don't know how many years, a long time. So those two were going to get together and jam, and then we were talking. I said, hey, let's see if Bonnie's available or Wilson's available. Anyway, next thing you know, a recording studio is booked, was booked. Wilson, Bonnie, Curtis, and Amit all meet for the first time in the studio when the session is supposed to start. Now, the music that came out of there was so good that there's now a CD called the Riverwalk Session. Good musicians getting together to jam is a great thing. But when you put in a vocalist, it's a different story. And Wilson sings on, I think, every track.
Just totally improvised.
One cover of Blackbird by the Beatles, a blues song, not Take Me to the River, Wade in the Water, and the rest, he is literally one of those singers that if you give him the phone book, he can do it.
Wow.
He did it, and it's called the Riverwalk Session.